etapik interlude. 11 кадр көне саясаттар мен артуды себеу жаңа саясаттарының үздіксіз сәйкесті күш салуына байланысты жасыл кәсібінің сатып алу жалпы экономикалық бақылау көрсеткіші шағын көлемде жоғарылап, ұлғаю аяқ алысы тездей түсуде.
Өз хабарыңыз. Екінші кезекті Жұңғы халықаралық қамдау тізбегін себу көрмесі 10 айдың 30 күні жабылды. Келіскен сербестік 6700 түрден асты. Қол қойылған сербестік келісіміне ниет келісіміне саяқтың сома 152 миллиард теңгеден асты. Жұңғы сауданы жебе қоғамның орынбасар бастығы Жан Шалкаң таныстырып былай деді. Осы кезекті көрмей алдыңғы кезектегіден де думанды болды. Тораптағы және нақ майдандағы көрермендер 200 мың адам реттен асып, тоғыш кезектегіден 31%-тен астам артты. Мұның ішінде нақ майдандағы көрермендер 160 мың адам реттен асты. Жан Шалкаң былай деді. Министрліктер мен комитеттердің және өлке қалалардың уәкілдер үйірмелерінің шекара сыртындағы уәкілдер үйірмесі 100-ден асты. Жоғары мектептер мен ғылыми зерттеу орындарынан 20 мыңнан астам адам нақ майданда экскурсияда және үйренді. Ауыс-күйіс жасады. 69 мемлекет, район, халықаралық ұйымға саятын 620 Жұңғы шетел кәсіпорны мен құрылымы көрмеге қатынасты. Шекара сыртындағы көрмеге қатынасқан саудагерлердің салыстырмасы тұңғыш кезекті 20.
In the moonlight, two silhouettes saying goodnight by the garden gate. The day they knocked down the palace, the Christmas cried. The day they knocked down the palace, all of my children died, just that.
Thuông chỉ xem tệ này sang bố lên nào thế? Tôi mình thu hàm mấy cái khốn một chỉ đầu đi. Ý gắn tân là mà thuông chỉ xem đi chẳng. Ốpa đi ống lên thu cái xem nghĩ rồi. À tua ốpa đi ấy mà lại là không tăng sắc thế rồi. Tua ốpa đi in thu khen na đi ngà. Amma pi ra đi đẹp là. Nắng na mộ na bê tay ông chỉ thấy tự mày rồi. Tua ốpa đi này ta bên tô phá hiya. Tua ốpa đi bằng anh gắm tăng ấy tê bè. Gắm mỹ tắc tắc tê. Tô pa nông tiêu xiêm sắc ta hen. Nắng to khom đến tô pa hi. Nạc sa thunin ô hụ đoán tô pa hi. Nà lung khăn. Đã na tua chang ama nuam tuan lo hi. Ai lo sangam ule nào te. Nắng la ken ilung sim te nuam lo hanga. Ama day na tunin lung ngai lo hanga. Ei hoi sang na teng mak tokikal suan thabai man. Tua mun te ito pa khasya hi. Rồi mang ban ta na gawa thua na kip pan tuni chang nong na din asep na tô pa tol ngan ai lo hi. Khát về ấy pasien nó xem sổ mà khát nè ấy ngụt lệ ấy đây bằng cái cao xuân cây lệ ai cây lệ mun hắc sạch na không túi hắc sạch na găm kêu na găm mong không cái buộc lệ cái lấy sa gen thế cái sa tàu pa na sẽ bằng tài sản nuốt à cái cái pan ute na ta tunin tàu pa i hỏi na tàu pa i ông i na tàu pa nang na cái tiền chỉ pet ta ông xếp sang na te tôi này khát về luôn ngay không này bao khát xếp na đừng lại lung leo na đừng khát giống lâu hi.
提生理需义，看起来好像奉行，其实很危险。
건설주택에 생활하시는 것도 불편한데 다시 시내까지 다 밀려 들어와서 얼마나 고생하실 그런 생각들을 하게 됐습니다.
For it to be used nationwide or even internationally. And that is why the current material we use was specially designed and basically created by Chinese engineers. And guess what it is? It's a special type of paper. It's a insulating paper tailored for ultra-high voltage systems.
Huh.
Yes, and the innovation reduced the transformer's weight from 7,000 tons, we talked about, to 500 tons. So that it's easier to be transported to different places, but it's still quite heavy, and you still need to specially make these things, resulting to the relatively high cost.
Yeah, still though, that's a massive difference in terms of the weight. Money is a challenge. Here's another challenge. When we're talking about renewable energy, we need to depend, especially when we're talking about wind and solar power, we're depending on Mother Nature for that power. And when Mother Nature doesn't agree, well, then there's not much we can do about it. So the intermittent nature of wind and solar, it requires that these UHV lines rely on coal or gas-fired power to ensure a stable transmission. And it's done well. You know, renewable energy accounted for 56.2% of electricity transmitted via the UHV lines in 2022. And that was good because the government had set a target of at least 50%, so it exceeded that. But then again, most of that was hydropower. Wind and solar contributed much less, averaging only just about 27%, which is still good. But again, it's a challenge because if the weather in those regions it doesn't cooperate, then you have to rely on other sources.
Yeah, we used to have this kind of assumption that China's coastal regions in the east are generally in a lack of energy sources, but nowadays I guess many coastal provinces in China are planning those large-scale construction of nuclear or offshore wind power facilities, and in terms of technology, Chinese companies are a global leader once again in this field. So this would probably reduce their future reliance on imported electricity. And then I guess there is also a risk regarding blackouts. This is not a Chinese case, but in the case of the United States,
Canada too. I remember this. Early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Triggered by not necessarily a tiny, but a simple malfunction in the alert system of an Ohio-based power company, and then it resulted in widespread blackouts. So the risk is definitely there.
And one other thing is, if we want to have these infrastructure built everywhere, not only in China, around the world, everywhere, you have to think about the geographic situation. For example, some places have high altitude, resulting in special conditions for the material, for the engineers to solve, and also there are icing regions, so there are many technical obstacles we need to overcome.
Yeah.
But still, in the meantime, for at least both of you, do you think UHV technology can play an important role in future energy solutions, or especially in clean energies being used internationally?
Well, yes, I do think it supports the global energy transition. It's not something that can be used easily everywhere right now. We talked about the examples of where they do have plans and where they're actually doing it, in Brazil and UK.
India.
Yeah, in India, and from Australia to Singapore. But if you look at the United States, for example, they don't use it yet. And the technological advancements, they're there right now. Obviously, people are using it in other countries. But in America, they face a lot of challenges there because there's a lot of regulatory issues. It's a lot of red tape. And that seems to be the biggest obstacle, at least according to Ismail Ruenda, who is an expert who's talking about this. They said to achieve cross-border and interstate transmission, you have to complete a lot of paperwork. You have a a lot of permits that need to be filed, and not everyone wants a transmission line near their home. So you have to plan where these lines are going to be built, right? Because again, you're going from state to state, and states have their own laws. So that's one of the holdbacks there. But talking about globally in the future, it promotes power interconnection between countries or regions. If we can get past all of those permits and everything that needs to be filed, and it allows for the enabling of resource sharing. Talking about Australia to Singapore, that's amazing that we can share that.
Yeah, I guess in the U.S. case, the state power versus the federal power sometimes is in conflict with each other. But here in China, we have basically local authorities and the central authorities. They are cooperative. They are setting their eyes on the same agenda. So maybe that's another reason why the United States, despite its technological advancement available in that country, it is comparatively speaking lagging behind in this field. So, yeah, I think in terms of the future for this UHV technology, they can definitely enhance the transmission efficiency of renewable energy. They can improve our stability in terms of our regional or national grid system, facilitating the kind of
这个就像刚才说的，利用尿素酶产生氨，那么这个氨碰到显色剂以后，它就会慢慢变成红色。另外一个病人，这个胃黏膜里面没有用摩洛杆菌，它就不会产生氨。那么你放进去以后呢，它就不会显色。就是这么简单。
氨味太浓，不知如何消解。想捡起六便士，又想仰望星空。
体现出了德国足球相对来说比较高的水平。
这基滕斯是20岁，就是如果他不上的话呢，是阿德耶米上。阿德耶米上的话抢得更凶，但是巴特上的话呢，就整体效率会下降一些哈。那怎么看拜仁慕尼黑这个？会有一个很大的进步空间，因为对这球来说，他更多要的是环境，他其实不是虐菜，
음행과 온갖 더러운 것과 탐욕은 너희 중에서 그 이름이라도 부르지 말라. 이는 성도의 마땅한 반이라. 에베소서 5장 3절 말씀. 어린이에게 생명의 복음을 전하는 방송, 새소식반입니다. 사랑하는 어린이 여러분, 안녕하세요. 신나고 즐거운 새소식반에 온 친구들 만나게 되어 정말 기쁘고 반가워요. 이 시간을 통해 예수님의 사랑을 배우고 변화된 삶을 살아갈 수 있어요. 그럼 신나는 찬양으로 시작해볼까요? 오늘도 찬양을 가르쳐 주실 임주영 선생님 인사하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 방송가족 여러분 모두 평안하시죠? 우리가 북쪽과 남쪽에서 이렇게 살다 보니 서로 얼굴을 볼 수는 없지만 이렇게 방송으로 만나게 해주신 하나님께 감사드립니다.
네, 선생님, 오늘도 찬양을 배울 텐데 어떤 찬양인가요?
예, 오늘 우리가 배울 찬양은 모세가 하나님과 백성들 틈에서라는 찬양입니다.
네.
وأسي يزني يزك أدنى حتى يزك محدث إنسان أدي تقوي أما يزنا يزك أدنى ونحن موسم بكشلك فرحنا محدث يزك ويدغن تكون بس أدي أمسهن ترينك خدمتك كيفان ديجي أمدربن ونحن أنا مخلص عن بيجي لشجع تصادمي مسافو غنى
Kann ich nicht beurteilen, aber es sind 10 dB drüber. Irgendein anderes Material ist mit jedenfalls gewesen. Die sind kaputt gegangen, wenn man sie auf den Boden geschmissen hat. Nein, die kannst du auf den Boden hauen, drauf, die ist nicht kaputt. Okay, dann hast du wie nicht. Schön, relativ frei.
Credit Point, das waren 5 und 7 auf der Insel Sylt. Over.
Danke für 5-7. 5-9 ist hier in der Nähe von der Stadt Chemnitz.
In der Nähe von Chemnitz, Lukas. Nur nochmal zur Sicherheit, das ist hier Delta Mike 6-0, India Oscar Tango Alpha. Mach's gut, schöne Weihnachten, danke dir.
Danke. Avanti. Urszula. SP8 Barbara Józef Urszula. Witam serdecznie Włodku. 5, 9 z Jadownik Mokrych, proszę.
No, witam.
Qui utilisait l'antenne Cobweb de fabrication OM, ok. Et puis moi j'utilise l'antenne HEXBEAM, de chez Golf 3 Tango, Xylophone et Québec. Non, Québec Xylophone, pardon.
Grazie, buona giornata. Ciao anche a te, Italia Radio 1, Radio November Oscar Victor.
Delta Bravo 8 Alpha Papa Golf.
Oscar Echo 4, go ahead.
Oscar Echo 4, Tango Uniform. QSL?
QSL, Oscar Echo 4, Gold, Tango Uniform, 5x9, thank you.
Mi sta congelando più la cazzo, vai.
120S con Peter l'abbiate regolata correttamente. A te allora,
U3 Radio India Eco 29 XDJ. Questa è la Italia Zulu 1 Uniform Kilo Bravo, buongiorno.
Zicare un po'.
Corretto. IK1 Sierra Oscar Whisky.
Die Leute, die da diese nicht sichtbaren Antennen bauen, werden auch immer weniger. Da es sich ja leichter mit dem Smartphone weltweit spricht, als mit dem Amateurfunk.
Bitte nur. DO3, Charlie Sierra. Also nicht Charlie Sierra, Tango Sierra. Thomas in Bochum, Grüße nach Bochum.
Only 90 QSOs,
And congratulations, you're one of them. So very good to work you here on 10 meters, Andy. You're sounding great. Very nice. LB7ME, K1RX. Okay, you too, AD. You're also over S9 on your peaks here. It's amazing band conditions. See you in the 10-meter contest. Whiskey X-ray 3 Bravo.
Oscar Mexico 8 Alpha Juliet Juliet.
Mike 0? Mike 0, November Radio Golf. You're 5 and 9 plus. Thanks, Nigel. Whiskey X-ray 3 Bravo.
Oscar Mexico 8 Alpha Juliet Juliet.
Florida 4, 59. Thank you, F4 Lima Delta Tango. Whiskey X-ray 3 Bravo. Eyes.
नमस्कार दैनिक जीवन को चिन्ह भाषा नियमित कार्यक्रमबाट म वर्षाको
नमस्कार वसन्त कमलको
आजको नयाँ विषय सिक्नु अघि हामी गत पाठका
Terpikirlah inta yaxshilik unumni ko'ryapman, shunda xo'sh bo'ldim. Endi mana birdandiki ko'p xil kasallik ahvollari qatda mana shunday yaxshilikni bir davolash qilyapman.
天真就在这里。爱不仅爱你伟岸的身躯，也爱你坚持的位置，足下的土地。是以你橡树为对象，倾诉了自己爱情和对爱情的热烈、诚挚和坚贞。诗中的
学汉语，每日汉语。
आइए अपनी ज़बान में चीनी सीखिए। अस्सलामुअलैकुम, 大家好。आइए चीनी सीखें के साथ मैं हूँ ताहिरा
और मैं हूँ शाहीन। अस्सलामुअलैकुम।
पिछले सबक में हमने क्रेडिट कार्ड से मुताबिक कुछ चीनी जुमले सीखे। तो सबसे पहले हम ये जुमले दोहराते हैं। पहला जुमला है, क्या मैं क्रेडिट कार्ड इस्तेमाल कर सकती हूँ? चीनी में कहते हैं 可以刷卡吗？
可以刷卡吗？
刷卡 क्रेडिट कार्ड इस्तेमाल करना।
刷卡。
交现金。
但是整体的一些社交里面形成了比较高的热搜，在岛内形成了一些新的期待，认为两岸其实可以通过不一样的方式，那么增进彼此之间的了解。所以整体上这次大陆高校的访问团反映了岛内的主流民。
Onurcan da topu bıraktı Karol'e. Karol yerden oynadı. Onun pası isabetli. Kartal'ın pası isabetsiz ve orta alanda bu arada bir elle oynama tespit etti karşılaşma.
Original question, what do you think experts say about that? That's what they say, is that when a friendship ends, you don't necessarily have to worry about it too much. Now, they are talking about the types of friendships that kind of naturally dissolve without any dramatic event. They say that it's okay to let it go. They also say, the researchers, and I thought this was quite interesting, that people tend to, and this might be cultural, but people tend to over-romanticize their friendships, perhaps even sometimes more than their romantic relationships, which is why it can be harder to lose a friend than it can be to end a romantic relationship. Now, of course, that depends on a lot of different types of things, but it is a possibility.
Yes, and in the end, you only have a fixed amount of time and energy in your life, and don't view this or anything like a breaking up with an old friend, the ending of an old friendship, viewing it as the possibility of starting a new friendship with some new people that will even benefit both you and your friends more in the next stage in life.
Yeah, and just a final point on this, if it does end in a dramatic way, then they say that you should allow, it's very analytical, but they say that you should allow your feelings about the relationship to inform your decision. So if you feel like losing that person from your life is going to leave a massive void, then put in the work to fix that problem with that friend, and don't just let them go because you're stubborn and you think you were right. And it could be, that could be a mistake as well.
Yes, so stop asking yourself, what do I do when a friendship ends? Ask yourself, how will this experience shape the way I approach future connections? You're listening to Roundtable. Coming up next, why do people in one of the world's most tech-savvy countries still prefer air drying their laundry instead of have a clothes dryer at home? Don't go away.
Looking for passion? How about fiery debate? Want to hear about current events in China from different perspectives? Then tune in to Roundtable, where East meets West, and understanding is the goal.
It's Roundtable with myself, Neil Honglin, Steve Hatherley, and Ding Heng. In many parts...
Adam ve maddi etkileri arttırmaktan daşarıda dünyada en ulu körün ekosistemine ziyan yetirýär. Ortaya hazır deňdinden we oňa gulay suw howdanlarynyň şäherlerinden Ukraina raketaları goýberyp ölüm we helakçylyk getirýär. Bu ýagdaýyň hazaryň tebigatyna ýetiren täsiri henizem kesgitlenmeli gelýär. Ukraina resmileri Rus uçurlarynyň 2022-nji ýylda doly meşgurde hüjümlaryň ilkinji günlerinden eýam deňizden raketalar goýberýär we şonun bäride olar muny gaýta-gaýta edýärler diýip maglumat berýär. Hazarın kenarına yaşayan adamlar hem raketaların goýberilişi barada aýdýarlar. Web-saytda ýerleşdirilen videolaryň birini kalibr ganatly raketasynyň goýberilýäni görkezýär.
Yerli ýaşaýjylar harby hereketleriň deňde hapalaýandygyny aýdýarlar. Şol ýagdaýda käbir jurnalistler raketa goýberilişi bilen Hazar döwletleriniň ölümeginiň arasynda baglanyşyk görýärler. Russiýa Hazar basseynini Ukraina edýän hüjümler üçin peýdalanýandygy baradaky maglumatlary tasdiklamaýar. Ýöne Kreml hiç açan beýle pesperli bolmandy. 2015-nji ýylyň oktýabrynda resmi media şol wagtky goranlyk ministri Sergey Shoyguny
Buning Rusiyanın Kaspiy flotiliyasının kalibr raketalary bilen Siriýadaky nişanlara zarba urandygyny habar berdi. Şondan soňky ýyl hem şeýle habar peýda boldy. 2022-nji ýyldan bäri aýdylyp gelinýän hüjümler esasan Hazar deňziniň üstünde hereket edýän bombalayjy uçarlar tarapyndan X-55 qanatly raketalar goýbermek
最远最短的，但是在老了之后呢，这个舌头能永远能保留，牙不一定能留着。这克洛弗给很多人感觉太硬，太硬就让给。
پرمختګونو او د ټولنیزو حرکتونو په مخ کې ترلاسه شوی دی خو د بشري حقونو په ساتنه کې لا هم لوی تشویش شتون لري او همدا تشویش
在联赛他们的场面都非常的开放，他也是目前亚联赛地球最多的球队。如果你就纯功利，纯喜欢漂亮足球，那你就看亚特兰大。
9 میلیون هغو کسانو څخه چې د HIV وایرس لري 9.2 میلیونه
校长他感到很惊讶，我觉得大家可以未来看到拉教的球，而且。
مداغې د وجې نه هم دوی ډېر زیاته انتظامات کړي نو که یو خوا د هغه سفر که څه هم وشو خو هغه چې دغه مخ ته نه غلل لکه د حکومت زیاتره توجه هغه هم په امنیت باندې وه د احتجاجونو مظاهرو باندې وه
kilohertz. Later this afternoon from 12 UTC, we'll be broadcasting on 12.085 kilohertz, bringing you all your favorite tunes and songs. As the holiday season approaches, we're thrilled to announce our special Christmas broadcast. Starting December 24th and wrapping up on December 29th, listen to us on 6.170 kilohertz, 12.030 kilohertz, and 12.085 kilohertz. Each of these festive days will feature our exclusive Christmas jingles and a special QSL.
و سفر رئیس جمهور جو بایدن به انگولا که اولین سفر یک رئیس جمهور ایالات متحده به این کشور در جنوب غرب آفریقا است روی محور یک
Podía ser el mejor título de la temporada, pero un mes después todo es diferente. El Barça en Hansi Flick ya no juega igual. El Atlético vuela. Anoche gol.
Söyleklerinin katı alada kalyanını orkazı. Bunun azatlık yurdun demir yol katnavlarının apı son gelmeyen kıyınçılıkları hem ünsüz çekiptiği bu hili havarlarımız hem köp okuzu çekken. Şeyli de mardı hakimiyetler ten satyan zinanları çoğunlur hasırını yığınamak işlerine çekken. Hukuk toporları, yerli yasayıcılar, hukuk koruyucularının zorlen hastahana yerleştirilmegini yazgarıyar denatlen sap eden havarlarımı köp okuluptur. Hormatly dinleyijiler, Azatlygyň habarlary bilen bagly öz pikir garaýşlaryňyzy aýtmaga çagyrýar. Hepdeniň zemininiň leýarsyňy, Türkmenistanyň Balkan we Lewat şeritlerini Yego wasaýatlarynyň Lestoko palyan wekilleri tutsap edilip soraga çekilýär. Polisiýa dinarlaryň öýlerini reýt geçirýär. Raýatlaryň anons azatlygyny ikrar edýändigini
أما وقد لم يرد عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وما ثبت شيء من ذلك إنما استحبه بعض الفقهاء
ထူးခြားတဲ့အစီအစဉ်မျိုးပါဝင်ပါတယ်။အိုမီဂါ3အစီဟာသွေးလွှတ်ကြောတွေကိုကောင်းမွန်စေဖို့ထောက်ကူပါတယ်ရှင်။သွေးလွှတ်ကြောတွေဟာ
မကားဘူးဆရာကြီးသိပြီခိုင်းရပြီ။ဆောလို့တော့ကိုဆင်လုပ်ခဲ့တယ်
Acep kimdedir Bilmem tecelli Yoksa ki kader Beni bir vefasız yara yazmışlar Yakanlar Leyla Mecnun kitabı Sümmaniye bir kenara Yazanlar Leyla'nın Mecnun kitabı Sümmaniye bir kenara yazmışlar
Har içinde biten gonca güle minnet eyleme Arabi Farisi bilmem dile minnet eyleme Sırat-ı müstakim üzere gözetirim rahimi İblisin zalim ettiği
разогнать толпу на Майдане силой. И Ларионов рассказал об этом «Украинской правде» в 2013 году, уже перейдя в оппозицию. Кучман уговора не поддавался и говорил: Владимир Владимирович, вы не понимаете, Украина стала другой. Путин в ответ недоумевал: ну подождите, мы же с вами договаривались. А Кучман повторил: Украина стала другой. Часть вторая. Как Кучма не пошел до конца.
大碴子味儿、什么菜味儿和海蛎子味儿，这3种味道啊。接下来咱们就跟大家一块儿来好好唠唠，一边吃着这个东北的冰糖葫芦，咱一边好好唠一唠。但是我觉得吃冰糖葫芦到东北啊，跟北京还不一样。
哪儿不一样？
哎，在北京你是吃冰糖葫芦在外头吃，因为在家里吃冰糖葫芦就化了。但在东北时你必须拿回家里化一会儿才能吃，要不冰糖葫芦冻得太牙，它咬不动。
对。
好，接下来。
중국 우한대학교에서 열린 국제의날 행사. 이 행사는 중국에서 선보하는 유학생들이 각국의 문화를 중국 학생들과 지역 주민들에게 소개하며 교류하는 자리로 전통 음식, 놀이, 음악 등을 선보이는 축제입니다. 중국 사회관계망 서비스 샤오후시에 올라온 해당 행사 영상에 한국어 노랫소리가 들립니다.
جوانین هین رزگاری عفینه فیروژن نچپرین خود بسته هدن ایشان انیه کدن آیریشین دولت آسر کاداگر کرو کومین وین چتل سرگرانه گندی دو
대적에 올라온 영상과 사진에서는 북한 유학생들이 버스를 방문한 중국인들에게 고려 인삼주를 나눠주고 여명 담배를 판매하는 듯한 모습도 확인됐습니다. 중국 베이징대학교 유학생 출신 탈북민 김금혁 씨는 이들이 철저히 당국의 통제 아래 활동하고 있을 것으로 추정했습니다.
결코 자유롭지는 않죠. 왜냐하면 사실 그 친구들이 부를 수 있는 노래라든가 그 친구들이 할 수 있는 생각
在中央农村工作会议上讲话。10. 党中央决定，脱贫攻坚目标任务完成后，对白户贫困的县从出县区域起设立5年过渡期，过渡期内要保持主要方。
주님의 사랑을 온누리에 전하는 PWR 코리아 북방 선교 방송입니다.
PWR 코리아 북방 선교 방송입니다.
내일은 함께여 이 밤과 내일 성경 하나님을 찾는 당신에게 PWR 성경학교 음악 산책 클래식 빛으로 생명으로가 방송됩니다.
那你说我现在说话没有大碴子味吗？我听没有啊，我也没听出来啥。
بود که هر گونه انسداد مرزی میان افغانستان و ایران باید بر اساس تفاهم دو جانبه باشد. شماری از فعالان سیاسی و افغان‌های ساکن برخی از کشورهای اروپایی در نشستی در شهر مالمو در سویدن چگونگی یافتن راه‌های حل بحران کنونی افغانستان را به بحث گرفتند. شرکت کنندگان در این نشست خواستار بسیج گروه‌های سیاسی در تبعید برای حل معضل افغانستان شدند. برخی از زنان نیز در این نشست از خاموشی جامعه جهانی در برابر وضعیت زنان در افغانستان انتقاد کردند. ولی آریان در از سویدن گزارش می‌دهد.
دیدگاه‌هایی که در رابطه با سیاست افغانستان
اینجا در شهر مالمو در جنوب سویدن نشستی برای چگونگی یافتن راه‌های حل افغانستان برگزار شده است. شماری از فعالان سیاسی و افغانان ساکن برخی از کشورهای اروپایی گرد آمدند تا برای تغییر اوضاع در افغانستان و توجه جامعه جهانی بر این کشور گفتگو کنند. ذاکر حسین ارشاد رئیس حزب شهروندان افغانستان در این نشست خواستار بسیج گروه‌های سیاسی در تبعید بر ضد سیاست‌های
少时喜欢蓝，喜欢蓝，喜欢有风骨的花草，觉得牡丹有些俗气。年纪稍微长一些，不知从什么时候开始就偏爱听牡丹了。有一年春天，我老
China is still developing its infrastructure. There's a Buddhist temple to the west of Beijing. Technically, it's inside of the municipality of Beijing. They used to take an emperor a couple of days to get there. But they've literally just bored holes and put highways through the mountain, and I can drive there from my home in Beijing to the temple in like 30 minutes. And so my wife and I, we got in her car and we're like inside of tunnels for like 10 minutes at a time. And then boom, Buddhist temple. And it's just remarkable how China is just still, you know, outfitting its infrastructure constantly all the time. It's this China speed thing has not let up, which brings me to the next question. Technically, if you just look at the statistic for the percentage of GDP increase, the GDP is decreased in terms of how, but it's actually adding the same amount of money this year as it did last year, as it did 5 years ago. It's like $1 trillion a year that's being added. So from your perspective of having lived in China for 20 plus years, is China's economy slowing? Is that the right word? If so, how? If not, how would you characterize how China's economy is currently growing?
Okay, there's no evidence that it's slowing. There's evidence that it has been through some patches of slowness, yes. And there's massive stimulus recently been announced, and I think one of them was a $1.4 trillion US dollars, which is 1.4 trillion US dollars, 200 trillion RMB for
10 trillion. I think it's 10 trillion US dollars or 10 trillion RMB.
You're right, 10 trillion, 1.4 trillion US, 10 trillion RMB. And this is effectively for getting debt for all the problems. I mean, every economist says, oh, China's got too much debt in its local government. Yeah, it did, and they knew that, and they've been working to change it, and they have now implemented a system where the local governments can do what's called a debt swap. And this is going to save something like 14 trillion RMB. So it's going to save more than it's costing, and it will allow governments to restructure their debts and restructure their systems. And if there's one thing that China does very well, it's implement changes. They do it very well. They do it so many times. Historically, it's not just the Communist Party or the CPC. It is historical that China has implemented changes when a new policy has been enacted. So they're doing that right now. They've stimulated the economy in a big way. About 10, maybe more years ago, they really restructured.
而永生权也不例外。永生是南城的一脉，起源于明末清初，于福建蓝少岭五梅师太手上。福州它本身也是一个沿海的城市，那么它一定是有一定的开放性。你平时看它是很柔美的一面，就是很安静，没有那么。
সবাই ভালো আছেন তো? আশা করছি আপনারা সুস্থ আছেন এবং আনন্দে দিন কাটাচ্ছেন।
বন্ধুরা, আপনারা শুনছিলেন কণ্ঠশিল্পী ছেন xiaochun의 কণ্ঠে একে অপরের উপর নির্ভরশীল শীর্ষক গান আপনাদের ভালো লেগেছে। আজকের অনুষ্ঠানে আপনাদের পরিচয় করে দেব চীনের হাংকাং এর কণ্ঠশিল্পী ও অভিনেতা ছেন xiaochun의 সঙ্গে। তিনি 1964 সালে কোয়াংতুং প্রদেশের হুইজৌ শহরে জন্মগ্রহণ করেন। 1980 সালে তিনি স্কুল ছেড়ে বাবার সঙ্গে
فرکانس‌های برنامه‌های بخش فارسی رادیو بین‌المللی چین به شرط زیر است. نوبت اول 19:30 دقیقه تا 20 به وقت تهران روی فرکانس‌های 9570 و 9600. نوبت دوم ساعت 22:30 تا ساعت 23 روی فرکانس‌های 7415 و 9670. نوبت سوم ساعت 23 تا 23:30 دقیقه روی فرکانس‌های 7415 و 9670. نشانی سایت بخش فارسی رادیو بین‌المللی چین به شرح زیر است: persian.cri.cn.
地位不同，他应该所承担的可能都不同，所以可以讲现在人生是我生命当中最重要的一部分，也是我这辈子最愿意去奋斗、去努力，能够尽我所能，以及我们所有的甚至同仁的力量去弘扬、去传承。
郑主角坚信，做任何一件事情，工作也
Suriye ile normalleşip Suriye topraklarının sadece HTŞ vesaire değil, aynı zamanda PKK, PYD'den temizlenmesi için
What are and what China's economy? You mentioned it's changing, it's adapting, it's moving forward. What is new quality productive forces? What is China doing? Where is China going? Why wasn't China happy with where it was, and where is it going?
Well, why it wasn't happy, I think China was happy with where it was, but it recognizes that you need plans for the future. So what's going to happen? So America, back in the 1950s and the 1960s, was extremely happy with where it was, but they've still got the same infrastructure, so probably now they're not so happy with that aspect of it. So they've still got the same train lines, the same school buildings, they've still got the same... I mean, the only thing that's gone radically improved is probably shopping. But that, in one respect, that's not an improvement. That's a decline in the standards of the local high streets. So you've got strip malls and Walmart, Costco, Sam's Club, and those sorts of things. And you've got no butchers, no bakers, and no candlestick makers anymore. So there is that aspect of it. China is constantly changing. So it's going into technology now. EVs, solar panels, green energy. It's constantly changing its outlook. So it has a 5-year plan, and the current 5-year plan is part of a 35-year plan. So they're always thinking so far ahead. Now, you can't do that with election cycles. Now, this is one of the benefits of the stability. The stability is one of the benefits of the one-party system. expectancy is going up. Life expectancy is improving.
台湾乡村旅游资源丰富，拥有。
All they were going to do is point fingers and say, look how bad China is, it's authoritarian, and then they impose laws that stop you from doing what you want to do. So they're pointing fingers and saying, look, China's economy is collapsing. Its growth rate is double that of the United States. It's 10 times that of Australia. Is that a collapsing state? If that's collapsing, what's happening over there?
被称为拥有云南最精美的古门。
命运之间又能挽回些什么？在你我犹如海风，遇见海上美丽的时候，不想让你看着我日渐凋零的天坠落。在你我犹如海风，黎明还未醒的时候，好的一切又被你把悲哀重新一个人带走。在你我犹如一切还是美丽的时候，不想让你看着我日渐凋零日渐坠落。
Видишь, как он начнет клясть тебя. Ну что же, ты можешь.
My wife, I don't know whatever they are. So yeah, I never really thought of that. I'm going to the mall, I'm filming, I'm like, oh, is it as busy as it was? Maybe yes, maybe no. But like, yeah, every single day there is just a pile of boxes from my home and my neighbors' homes as well in front of our apartment complex, which is also an interesting plus for China because you can just have a place where there's just boxes sitting out in the open on a giant cabinet. No one's taking them except their own, which is also says a lot about a healthy society when you don't have to worry about just leaving your stuff outside and no one's taking it.
That's true. The way to test if your shopping center is actually surviving is take a look. Usually on the 4th or 5th floor there's restaurants. Have a look in the restaurants, and if they've got chairs sitting outside and people waiting for tables, then you know that the society is pretty much okay. If there's no one in the restaurants, then society is probably less okay than it used to be. And we do that. That's about the only time I go shopping. Is we've got quite a large shopping center, just less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes walk. Less than 10 minutes, more than 5 minutes. And we walk around the corner and we'll just go and have a nice meal there. And we do that a couple of times a week. So society is it's certainly not in any major trouble. I think it's going okay.
I wanted to ask you about Australia. So specifically like Sino-Australian economic relations and trade. It seemed to me the last year or two there was a lot more discussion about, allowing more Australian products into China and more Chinese products into Australia. How is that going?
I would say from the Australian perspective, it's going better than it is from the Chinese perspective. China's Premier Li Qiang went to Australia a few months ago and was warmly received and then brutally ignored effectively. What he did was he opened up Australia to the 15-day visa-free. He agreed that wine was back, coal was never off. There's, again, grossly exaggerated, misleading Western reports that there were 4 or 5 products that China has stopped because China didn't like something Scott Morrison said about COVID. It wasn't that case at all. There was a reality in that the relationship was deteriorating, but wood, timber, was not being imported into China because it had some kind of weevil in it. Don't ask me what, but some biosecurity threat. Lobsters had a biosecurity threat, and that was admitted in very recent discussions by their trade minister, Australia's trade minister, where he said lobsters will get back into China soon, but we have to resolve a biosecurity issue. What he didn't say is that we were exporting lobsters that were not certified lead-free. That doesn't mean lobsters had lead in them, but they weren't certified lead-free, and China said, we want certified lead-free lobsters. One thing China is very, very, very strict on is food products coming in. It takes years to get approval to bring any food products into China because it must be very, very safe, very clean. No veterinarian residual, no pollution residual, nothing. It's got to be very clean. So once, this is one of the amazing things people don't understand about China. A lot of people who've never been here think it's very dirty. They have really, really strict conditions on what foodstuffs can be imported and how we in China, and I'm not Chinese, but we live in China, and we are treated very, very well in terms of food security. So lobsters had no certificate of lead-free. The coal And again, this was admitted in their parliament. The coal problem was that they were sending the dirty coal, the wrong coal. China was trying to buy a higher grade of coal, and coal that was cleaner was coming into China from Indonesia. China said, we're not accepting this coal anymore, and they turned back a few ships. And then, of course, it got beefed up into